Hello everybody, welcome to Questionable Quality Gran Turismo Tutorials Part 3. This time we're at Laguna Seca, checking out the third of the Gran Turismo Expert challenges, which is Subaru Impreza Sedan WRX STI around Laguna Seca, 5 laps. And once again, winner takes all. Check the options and settings. This time there's quite a lot of stuff here. Again, all aids are off, controller sensitivity at 7, and sports hard tires, which is best you can have. And over here, some weight reduction is applied. The weight limit is 1250 kilos, so I've lightened the car a bit beyond that and then added a few kilos of ballast, and I've added them to the absolute rear of the car. I don't know if that makes any actual difference to handling because it's just 4 kilos, but it shouldn't hurt. Engine power, again, fit enough engine mods to get the power above the maximum limit, and then use the power limiter to limit it back to where you need it to be. There was the sports ECU. There's also racing air filler. There are the exhaust modifications, catalytic converter and racing exhaust, and a turbo kit as well to get the power up. Fully customizable transmission, speed set to 149, which means we'll just about hit the top speed on the start finish straight on 6th gear. Drivetrain upgrades fitted as always, and this time we also have some settings here to look at. Firstly, there's the torque distribution controller, and we've set it to 25 front, 75 rear to make the car handle a bit more like a rear wheel drive car and to avoid understeer. And also the limited slip diff also set to avoid understeer. So initial torques at minimum, both in front and rear, and braking sensitivity also at minimum. All these 4 settings should make the car turn in better, especially under braking and also under acceleration. Because we only have 25% of the power going to front, we'll open the diff as much as possible on the front, because it doesn't matter that much even if one of the front wheels spins the power off, because there's not that much power going there. But to avoid the rear tires spinning all the power off, we'll have the acceleration sensitivity in the rear at 45. That should also make the car a tad more oversteery on the throttle on low speeds, because there's so much power available. Fully customizable suspension, and again, as in Tsukuba, we have the ride height down to the minimum because we are on a smooth racing circuit, and it doesn't seem to cause any trouble on the exit of corkscrew, which was the only place that I worried about. And also a bit more camber on the front to help the car turn in the corners a bit better. And as I said, sports hard tires, which are the requirement in the rules. And that's it for the settings, and let's go and race, see what happens. Right. We're driving a powerful 4-wheel drive car on this instance, and if you jump on the throttle, it wants to go to where the nose points. Brake on the 3rd sign for this corner or the first lap. But the handling characteristics mean that you need to be cautious with them when you jump on the power on the corner exits, because it's on high-speed corners it's very easy to understeer off the track. On low-speed stuff there's so much power and so much of it goes to the back that you can actually use the throttle to kick the rear out a bit. But you need to manhandle this thing. It's quite heavy, and the 4-wheel drive also means that it's basic nature is quite understeery. So you'll need to be slightly violent at times. 3, braking on the last groove for this one. Past the 300 ZX. Cutting the corkscrew slightly. Now hit the apex here so that we can exit at about 90 miles an hour. Brake on the escape road, or actually pit road. No, it's just an escape road. The pit exit is actually here. Down to second for that last left-hander, and up to third. And that was the first lap. On 36.5, that's okay. Brake on the second sign on the later laps for this one, down to third. And again get the car turned before stomping on the throttle to avoid understeering off. Brake on the third sign for this corner. Cut the corner slightly to fourth. A dab of brakes for this corner. Exit at about 85. Then we'll have to outbrake the Impreza here. Again, second marker, down to third for this corner. Once again, it's important to avoid hitting the opponent cars, especially on corner exits, because that will cost you loads of time. About 85 on the exit of that king. 85 to 90 is a good exit, and it's very important to get it right because it leads to this uphill. Again, brake on the darkest part of the groove. Down to second, up to third on the exit. Use the brakes to hit the apex here so that you can get on the power early, about 90 on the exit. Again, brakes on the exit. Escape road. We'll take an outside line past R32 and brakes on the second side for that. Cut the last corner a bit there, just slightly. Let's see if we can outbrake these two to the first corner. Probably not, actually. Let's see, brakes on the second sign. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is not good. Lost a bit of time there. Third sign brakes for this one. 75 on the exit, that's not too bad. 85 on the exit of that was pretty good. Again, brake at the second sign here, down to third. On the power. Not too early, about 80 on the exit of that, so that was good. Brake at the third marker, just dab of brakes, down a gear and throw the car into this corner. That was a bit more violent than it needs to be, but 85 on the exit, so it was okay. Get 1, 2, 3 brakes on this. Down to second, on the throttle, up to third for the downhill part. Oh, turning a bit late there. Just short of 90 on the exit, but it was pretty good nevertheless. Turning early for this. Well, that was a bit too early actually, but we'll take it. Oh boy. Again, you need to avoid the opponent cars because their apex speeds are ridiculously low, and it's very easy to hit them. Unintentionally, of course. Second sign and brakes. Oh, poor line into the corner now. Get the car turned before hitting the power. Up to fourth. On the third sign brakes, down to third. Turn the car in. Almost went wide there, had to get off the throttle. But saved it somewhat. 85 on the exit from that, so that's pretty good. Then second sign and brakes, down to third. Early on the power. About 80 on the exit, so that's good, but I'm worried about this NSX now. Brakes down to fourth. Well, that'll work. Gained a bit there actually. That was not very sporting, but we couldn't really afford to get caught up behind it. Through the corkscrew pretty nicely there. Hit the apex here and on the throttle. 90 on the exit. We need to outbrake the Evo here. Cutting the corner a bit. Second sign brakes down to second. The third on the exit. About 60 on the exit. Take a bit too much momentum out in the turn-in, but reasonably good anyhow. Last lap then, let's see if we can catch. On the exit there. Made a bit of a mess out of that corner, but was okay still. Need to take this guy on the exit here. Right, so how long is it to the leader? There he goes. Let's see if we can hunt him down to third. To 80 on the exit of that, so that was good. 1, 2, 3 brakes, third car in. 85, so that's hitting the marks. To the corkscrew, closing in. Bit of a Zanardi line through that one. Oh, I don't know if we are too far behind. We might be able to outbrake a slightly candid way here. Oh. Not the most sporting overtake I've ever done, but it was enough on the last moment. 35 on the last lap. So that's the way you complete the third expert challenge. Once again, need smoothness, avoid mistakes, avoid hitting the other cars on the exits, which will cost you momentum, and you should be set. Also, unlike in the other challenges, you need to be slightly violent with the steering inputs and throttle and brake to make the car turn a bit better to counter the understeering nature of it. But overall, not that tricky of a challenge once you get the hang of it. And you got a level 23 gift ticket from this, I think. Anyhow, I got a Jaguar XJR, I think it's XJR9. Anyhow, the Le Mans Silk Cut Jag out of this challenge as a reward, which is pretty nice. And I think the best reward out of these 3 races, which you should probably expect because it's the hardest one of them, at least as far as the Polyphony Digital says. So that's it for now. Bye.